Hello, this is Chrissy from Glam Touch by Chrissy. This is my first YouTube video and I'm excited to share this new journey with you. It took me a while, but this is it. I finally had the courage to start this and I hope we're going to go a long ways together. So yeah, who are you? What are you doing here? My name is Marie-Christiane Flattery. I'm a licensed cosmetologist and I'm very passionate about makeup and hairstyling. A little bit about myself. I'm a mother of 3. I am currently a stay-at-home mom and I'm taking care of my youngest one who has a genetic condition called Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. I want to give a shout out to all the parents out there who have kids with special needs. Our kids are our everything. And it's very not easy task. It's very easy for us to forget about ourselves. And for me, my escape is makeup, hair, and art. So anyway, if you want to know more about my son's story and his journey, please feel free to go check out the link in my bio of the Instagram page that is dedicated for that. I know what all of you are wondering. Who is this girl and what is she doing here? What is this channel about? Well, this channel is about makeup. Makeup, but not only makeup. Art, DIY project, why not? Let me tell you something. I'm a huge fan of true crime stories and tea, which we call in my home country, bere. And for that, 2 names, Bailey Sarian and Coach Amon Chic. Those 2 women are the bomb, guys. They are the bomb. I love them so much. Bailey Sarian is an American influencer who talks about true crime stories while doing her makeup. Whereas Coach Amon Chic is an Ivorian coach, matrimonial coach, who gives advices to couples, especially advising women how to be independent. And the fusion of those 2 will give me. So this is a channel that will be about makeup, DIY, some art, and storytelling that will drag you in the heart of the action and make you think about what you would do in this kind of situation. So to simplify even more, I will tell you the stories while I'm doing my makeup and you will tell me what you would do in that kind of situation. Fun. So without further ado, today's story is going to me when I was a youngster. It's like in my early teen year. So I was living with my parents in my home country in Ivory Coast in the early 2000s. Growing up, I was a good kid. I was fairly a good kid. I was not rebellious. I had good grades in school, but I was managing to pass all my classes so my parents would not be disappointed in me. We were good kids. We would go to church and we were listening to our parents and we're doing what our parents wanted. So my older sister and I'm sorry, this one is Atelier Paris. You can't see the logo anymore, but they don't sell this product anymore. I mean, they do, but it's really hard to find. But it's Atelier Paris. I love this makeup foundation. Anyway, my older sister and I just are 13 months apart and we're about in the same grade. So we had about the same friends. This is just water. So our dad was, this is not coming out. Our dad was back and forth between, this is just not working for me today. Our dad was back and forth between the main city where we were living and another city in the Ivory Coast where he was working. So our mom was the strong hand of the house. She was pretty much raising 5 kids on her own. She was going to make sure that nothing suspicious coming from her kids was going to happen. Not under my watch. Like I mentioned before, my sister and I, all of us kids, were often going to church on Sundays. We also attended retreats, Christian camps, I don't really know how to call it, Bible studies and all that kind of stuff. We made friends through all these programs, and within these friends, we met Luke and Frank. Those are fictional names. I don't want to tell their real names. So anyway, Luke and Frank. Luke was this tall, dark, and very smart guy who caught me in the eye. And Frank was not as tall, but he was very charming as a guy, and he caught my sister in the eye. Frank was actually studying to become a priest. They were both really good friends, and we started hanging out more and more with them. We had no idea they were living in the neighborhood across the street from our parents' house. But now we knew, huh? Church was now fun to attend because we knew we were going to meet them. Little by little, we started dating, if I can call it that way. Can I even call it that way? It was a little innocent. The boys started to be a little adventurous in demonstrating the love and affection for us. They started writing letters to us and were sneaking them out to us through the help of the house. I want to say that back home help is very cheap. It's not like here where it costs an arm and a leg. So yeah, we had people helping at the house. So anyway, the boys were becoming very, very generous. They started giving us, gifts. They were also becoming braver and braver at coming to our house, especially when our mom or both our parents were not around. But I just want to note that everything was very like nothing happened between the guys and us. We were just kissing, because we were very young, so nothing happened, nothing sexual happened, but we just loved the company. We just loved when they were there. I was like, oh, so in love with that Luke guy. I love the way he was affectionate. He was very, very smart. He was tall. He wasn't that cute, but he was tall. But yeah, we just loved their company. They were not supposed to be at the house. They were coming, and the help of the house was not saying anything. They were just watching us. And I remember we had a nanny that was, till this day, she's there. She was receptioning. We were giving her all the letters that we were receiving from those boys, and she was keeping them from us. So my mom had no idea. I think she knew what was going on, but she just didn't have proof that that was happening, because none of the help at the house told her anything about what was going on. So she was just waiting for the right moment and proof. So one day, it was toujours one day, huh? The hairstylist that was doing my mom's hair in the neighborhood stopped at the house. And she saw that the boys were there. I'm just going to make this side a little lighter because I like it lighter. All right. So she stopped at the house and she saw that the boys were here. I'm just going to use a different blending brush. Blending sponge, I'm sorry. And she saw that the boys were at the house. She acted like nothing happened, and she did what she came to do at the house. Not really sure what, but she was watching us like a hawk. And guess what? She went ahead and told my mom what she saw. That, my friends, were the irrefutable and tangible proof that my mom needed to start investigating. Because keep in mind, friends, my mom had always told us that when we start chasing boys, she'll know. And get this, that was it. That was the time when my mom started flipping the house upside down to find tangible proof so that she can confront us. And she did. She found, remember those letters that I was talking to you about? She found those letters in the nanny's closet. And and she decided to send all the house personnel home that day so that she can have a little talk with us. So she sent out all my younger siblings to my aunt's house, and she told my dad to come in town so they can handle this little situation together. So it was just now me and my sister and my two parents in the house. They started questioning us about those boys, and we were pretending that we did not know them. For the life of me, I can't do my eyebrows on camera, so I'm just gonna do it off camera, and I'm going to be right back. But I'm using those three, so this pencil and those two products. I'm going to mix those two gels, and then I'm going to retrace my eyebrows. I'll be right back. So as I was saying, my parents started to question us about those boys, and we were pretending that we did not know them. They insisted, but nothing was coming out of our mouth. So since we did not want to talk, my parent decided to take us to the boys' house. We had no idea they knew where the boys were living. We thought that if we kept saying that we didn't know where they are, they were just going to forget about it and just, move on with their lives. But no. They knew exactly where those boys were. They had already investigated, and they knew where they were living. Guys, I have no idea what look I'm going to do today. This was actually poorly prepared, but I don't know. I think I'm wearing my orange pajamas, so I'm just going to go ahead and do an orange look. Anyway, so I'm going to start with that transition shade right here. Mix those two shades, and this is the Morphe palette. All right, guys, I realize that I'm talking my story is almost over, and I'm not even done with my face. So I'm just going to accelerate the process and then come back toward the end to tell you the end of the story. So stay tuned. Well, guys, I am back. This is where I am so far. But I'm going to show you all the products that I use to get this far. So I use, first and foremost, for the eyeshadows, I use Juvia's Place, and this is the palette Olori 3. Olori 3. For the blush, I used the brand Sephora, shade Tiger Lily, and it has a nice orange color pigments, which I really love. Oh, I found my eyeliner. So this is what I use. I use Essence Super Precise Eyeliner. I really like that because it's dark enough where you can actually see, because most of the eyeliners that I was getting, they were not like very pigmented, so it was hard to see the eyeliner that when you were putting it on. So I really love this, and I highly recommend. Also for the contour and for under the eyes powder, I use the Atelier Paris. This is the same brand as my foundation. Like I was saying, it's really hard to find right now. You have to make a little bit of research to find this brand, but it's really good. I use that I use a lot of that on my clients, and I swear by it. So that's a really good brand. And now I also use this brand. I try like the Black Radiance brand for my powder contouring here around my face, in the shade Dark to Deep. All right, so that's that. And now I'm about to use Revlon for the highlighter. So for my powder foundation, I'm going to use Bare Mineral in the shade Clove 28. So where was I in the story? I think we were at the point where my parents decided to take us to the boys' house and have us think about our actions. So they did take us to the boys' house. You know me, I was kind of like very involved. I was not involved, but I was really in love with that guy, and like I'm a lover. I'm a lover. So I was writing diary every single time we were meeting with those boys or my look. I would write how I felt and stuff, and then I would give my journal to my nanny to keep it for me so that my mom doesn't put her hands on it. My sister, on the other hand, she was a little bit more discreet. She did not have any journal. I was the one having the journal. And mind you, my mom put her hands on that journal. And the things that she saw, irrefutable proof. So here we go at this boy's house, and my mom had my journal in her hand going to this boy's house. I could no longer deny it when I saw the journal in her hands, because I mean, I was dating the guy. What are you gonna say? She has your journal. What are you gonna do? So we get there, and I noticed that there was a lot of people in that boy's house, in that little guy house. There was a lot of people, and in front of everybody. My mom started to ask him questions like, where does he know me? Like, what happened between the two of us? I mean, questions that you guys can't even imagine. Guys, if there was a hole, I could have squeezed in that hole that day. I bet you wonder what happened to the friend guy for my sister's boyfriend. Well, we ended up going to his house, but luckily for them, or for my sister, they weren't there. So no one to question. I was the only one that had the shame of my life that day. I mean, she did too, a little bit, but it wasn't like mine. Mine was like, ah! Till this day, I wonder what I could have done different, you know? I was just sitting there, things were just happening to me, and I'm like, I just don't know what to do in that kind of situation. And I was also very young. My sister and I think my sister took it a little better than I did, but it was very traumatic. And this, my friends, is the story where my sister and I survived the shame of our lives. And this is the look for today. I hope you like it. Tell me what you would have done in that kind of situation. For now, I'm telling you, I love you. And I hope to see you guys later. Bisous. Bye.